So for the first part of sketching Shahid Kapoor, we are going to focus which technique we are going to use. So first of all, I am going to use grid method, as I always use grid method, which is the most easiest and the most important thing about grid method is that you can apply smallest details also and the biggest details also. And if you have just a small inches photo, you can make it into a feet or more bigger pictures. You can make a smaller picture into bigger pictures using a grid method. That's its specialty. So while using mobile phone, you have just smaller picture, right? Or if you are using a tablet or anything, you just have a smaller picture. If you want to make it look a little bit larger in A3 size paper or A2 size paper, you have to make grids, or you can also go directly. If you are an advanced artist, you can also use that technique also, but I recommend that if you are a beginner or intermediate artist, use grid method. It's the most important and the easiest technique to use. So now the dimensions of grid method is horizontal 14 boxes and vertical 18 boxes. One box is equal to 1.5 centimeter. I have used A3 sheets, and the combinations of charcoals and graphite pencils are used in this particular portrait. So this particular portrait of Shahid Kapoor, there are a lot of difference between my previous videos and this video. So before starting this particular tutorial, I'm going to tell you that the real-time sketch of every tutorial that I upload in this channel is uploaded on my second channel, which is Shwet 2.0. You can check out that too, or you can check out the link in my description box. So after getting the dimensions of grid method, what I want to tell you, the most important thing about grid method is that always go box by box. Don't make 4 or 5 boxes at a particular time. Use 1 or 2 boxes, make details on those 1 or 2 boxes, then go for another boxes, then go for next boxes. Don't make direct boxes or 5 to 6 boxes at particular time. So after deciding this thing, first of all, for making hairs, as I always say that, see where the hairs are darker or lighter. So of course the hairs of Shahid Kapoor are a little bit darker or black, you can say that. But the difference between a female hair and a male hair is that male hairs are most commonly shorter, and shorter hairs have too many details or too many directions of hairs. Most of the time females hairs are just straight on middle of the hairs, or starting are a little bit curvy or ending maybe a little bit curvy, but most of the hairs of females are a little bit straight. But problem with men's hairs is that there are a lot of hairstyles for men's, and in almost every hairstyles, upper hairs little bit go directions on right side, left side. As you can focus on the reference picture on the left side, which is my portrait drawing, final portrait drawing, you can focus that hairs are going in too many directions. So many hairs are on forehead also. But the problem while making, if you are advanced artist, you can directly say that while first of all you will make a base layer, then you will make so many details, and it is easy. If you have made 200 or 500 sketches, you know where the hairs are going, you know where directions are going. But the problem with beginner or intermediate artist is that the directions problem or the dimensions problem. If one eye is equal to 1.5 centimeter, then other eye should be 1.5 centimeter also. And this is the thing so many artists make mistake. So for that, use grid method only box by box. If you see a small detail in a particular box that you are making, just make that detail. Don't make any much more details that you don't see. I see so many artists right now going for hyper realistic sketches, and just making smaller texture on face, and the portrait sketch, that the result they have is little bit more curvy. Or what I mean about curvy is that it don't look like a realistic or a hyper realistic sketch. They just make skin texture, so many skin texture, smaller details and everything. But over making of skin texture is also harmful for your portrait sketching. So for that, I just recommend that if you are using a portrait or a reference picture and you don't see any much details, don't apply those details if you don't see. So for now, for the hairs of Shahid Kapoor, I have used charcoal pencil, and as I always say that sharpen your charcoal pencils before using, sharpen into a pinpoint. But the problem with charcoal pencil is that they don't get sharpened easily with the common sharpener that we use for graphite pencils. But graphite pencils are strong, right? Graphite is strong, but charcoal pencil is just a powder in a straight form, so you have to use blades for cutting and sharpening your pencils. So for that technique, just comment down below. I will make another tutorial for how to sharpen your charcoal pencil, or you can also see on YouTube or any other sites how to sharpen charcoal pencil. You will see so many other videos, and I work so hard for this particular portraits. How long hours? 9 hours, 10 hours, 14 hours. And what I want in return is that just like, share, and if you love these videos or tutorials, if you learn something, just subscribe here. It takes a lot for sketching a particular portraits. So now if you can focus on the hairs of Shahid Kapoor, I have given so many details, and for those smaller details I have used first base layer, and for the base layer I have used hard charcoal pencil, which is the softer light one, or whatever. 3 type of charcoal pencils are there. First of all, hard charcoal pencil, second is medium charcoal pencil, and third is soft charcoal pencil. Hard charcoal pencil are a little bit lighter, and medium charcoal pencil are a little bit darker, and soft charcoal pencil are completely dark. So not so many details and grades are there in charcoal pencil. So while using a charcoal pencil, you should focus on how to give more and more grades. So after applying the base layer with hard charcoal pencil, just blend it using a makeup brush or paint brush, anything that you have. Then after blending those parts, again use a medium charcoal pencil, make parts which are a little bit darker. Just make the parts which are a little bit darker, not every part, okay? Because the base layer of hard charcoal pencil will give you a shining or highlight look. Then finally, after blending the medium charcoal pencil, which was the first layer, then again use a soft charcoal pencil for the second layer, and again soft charcoal pencil is the darkest one, right? So use in the only parts which you see are the darker, like the straight or above forehead part where the hairs are a little bit darker. Those are the parts which are a little bit more grayish or more darker. So use soft charcoal pencil on those parts only, and we will see the remaining part of face, which is the more detailed parts one in the second part, and third part will be a great one. So see you. So if you have learned something from this video, subscribe and drop a like, and comment down your question and queries regarding this tutorial. Meanwhile, take care of your loved ones too. Have an artistic day. Tattoos.